In this video, we will show you how to replace your power steering reservoir hose on this Lincoln Navigator. This is located between your power steering reservoir and the power steering pump. Let's get into it. Alright friends, let's get started on our job. Pop the hood and make your way over to the power steering reservoir. We'll open this cap. Give the seal on the cap a quick inspection to make sure it is still soft and pliable and it's not torn, worn, or damaged in any way. Once you've done that, you can set it aside. Now when you go to add to this in the end, you're going to be using Mercon ATF. That's transmission fluid. Let's remove as much fluid from this as possible. I've got my fluid vacuum. Now let's make our way under the front of the vehicle. Now if you were to look up in between your front differential and your forward frame, you can see exactly where that hose connects onto your power steering pump. Make sure you put a collection bucket under the area so you can recycle the fluid properly. Let's make our way up inside here. You can use some pliers or a hose clamp removal tool. Squeeze that clamp, slide it up the hose, then remove the hose from the power steering pump. Keep in mind, as you remove this, fluid will come out. Have your collection bucket under the area. Now we can separate the hose from the power steering pump. Let's use our hose pick, carefully get in this area. Let's let this drain out. Once you have the hose broken free, carefully try to pry it off of the power steering pump, being extremely careful not to damage the power steering pump itself. Now let's make our way back up top to the power steering reservoir. Follow it down along the bottom here. You'll feel the wider hose. Go ahead and squeeze that clamp, slide it down the hose, and remove the hose from the power steering reservoir. Once you've done that, you can remove the entire hose. Here's our hose pliers on this. Lift this up and out of the engine compartment. There it is, friends. Now that we have the hose off of there, clean down the area on the power steering reservoir where your brand new hose will go. Once it's clean, give it a quick inspection and prepare to install the new power steering reservoir hose. As we put this down into position, make sure that you pay attention to the orientation of it. You want to make sure you have the proper side facing up. Make sure you press it all the way up against the power steering reservoir and put on your clamp. Let's grab onto that clamp, slide it into the proper position, making sure that we're holding the hose onto the power steering reservoir as needed. Double check to make sure that's completely secure. Make your way back underneath the vehicle. Back down at the power steering pump, let's go ahead and wipe off the mounting area for our brand new hose. Slide the hose into place, secure it with the clamp. Make sure that's secure. Let's make our way over to the power steering reservoir with a funnel and start filling that power steering system with Mercon transmission fluid. Now, once you have your fluid up to at least the maximum level, We're going to go ahead and get inside of the vehicle and turn the wheel from one side all the way to the other several times. What that will do is burp out the air from in the system and allow the fluid to make its way down in. Now we can make our way into the passenger compartment. I'm going to put the key in the on position and turn the wheel from side to side. Have a look inside this reservoir. You're going to see all the air bubbles making their way up as the fluid makes its way down. As we continue doing this, let's make sure that we continue checking the fluid level and adding as necessary. Once you feel as though you see no air coming out of the power steering system, go ahead and make your way into the passenger compartment and start up the vehicle. Continue turning the wheel from side to side several times. Make your way back out here and double check to make sure you don't see any air coming out of the fluid. Assuming that looks good, double check to make sure you're at least up to the maximum line on the power steering reservoir. Continue on to reinstalling your power steering cap, close the hood, and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.